What up, YouTube? This is Fishes for Life, and I know it's been a while since I made a video. I actually tried to upload a video earlier, but unfortunately it was too long, and then I had a lot of stuff happen in my life, so it ended up being pretty inconvenient, but here I am with a video, and I plan to make a couple more. Just a quick update, my glowfish tetra limey passed away. He was the only fish that was ill, and he actually didn't look ill, so whatever it was killed him quickly because when I was gone for the weekend, I came back and he was dead. From what I could tell, it appeared to be some kind of internal bleeding of some sort, so I don't know exactly what happened, but it was pretty sad. And I'm showing you footage of Mr. Hydra's tank here. And as you can tell, there is a lot of algae, and usually when you have live plants, you're gonna have algae. And I've decided that since he's the only fish in here, I could probably get an algae eater. I did some digging around, and a lot of them get too big for a 10-gallon tank, and many are also really aggressive. And I really don't want to have that. But I think I settled on a bristlenose pleco. They only get about 6 inches, and I would not recommend putting one in a 10-gallon unless it's like this situation where you only have one other small fish, because they do produce a lot of waste. And you know, just like any other fish, they need some room. And you know, since Hydra's the only fish in here, he'll have a lot of room to kind of roam around himself and not be bothered by like a bunch of fish. But if you have like a school in a 10-gallon, I wouldn't suggest putting this type of fish in a 10-gallon. I would suggest like a 20 or a 30, because you know, all those fish are just gonna get in the way. It'll be too crowded. And you really can't have more than 6 3-inch fish in a 10-gallon. And if you're gonna go for a fish that's 6 inches, like that's really, you know, Hydra's max is going to be 3 inches, more or less 2.5 to 3, and the bristlenose pleco is going to be up to 6 inches. So, I mean, with only 2 in here, that should be enough space, but I would not suggest keeping it with more than one other fish in a tank this small. That being said, I am going to be getting different filtration for this tank, because this is the glowfish tank and it came with the Tetra filter. And obviously that is not a strong enough filter to have a bristlenose in here. They do produce a lot of waste, so you need a lot of filtration. And it's a good rule of thumb, you can never really go overboard with filtration in your aquarium. I mean, you can kind of go as nuts as you want. I'm planning on getting the AquaClear 20, which I have on my other 10-gallon. And a sponge filter in here, so that'll be enough filtration for 40 gallons, and that should be more than enough for the pleco. And also, I'm gonna have to keep up with water changes exactly on the dot every week, because with the added bio load, it's important to keep your water changes very regular. I've been able to get away with going a couple weeks without doing water changes because my tanks are so understocked. But honestly, this tank will be pretty much fully stocked with a bristlenose and Hydra in here, so water changes will be done weekly. That being said, the whole topic of the video today is places where I go to get fish supplies and or buy fish. And these are places near me. Now, I live kind of south of Milwaukee in Oak Creek, so I have a couple of options not too far from me. I have a Petco, PetSmart, and a local aquarium store called Aquatics Unlimited. Aquatics Unlimited is the furthest away of the three. So Petco's and PetSmarts, I may be wrong, so if I am, let me know, but it seems that not all are created equal, in the sense that I don't think they're all owned by the same person, and I have heard some pretty bad stuff about certain Petcos and PetSmarts and how they treat their fish. And that's really sad news. I'm very fortunate that the Petco near me is very good. However, I do have well, I actually have two gripes with them. They do sell feeder fish, and of course the betas are kept in little cups. Now, I've bought one beta fish there, and I only bought him because he was in good health. From what I can tell, they do keep the cups for the betas clean, which is good. They shouldn't be in a cup regardless, but at the very least, they keep the water in them clean. So at least they're making a concerted effort to try to keep the fish healthy at my Petco. And also the feeder fish tank is clean as well, except that it is severely overcrowded, and I really do disagree with the sale of feeder fish, period. I mean, selling them as feeder fish. I mean, I totally think it's okay to sell common goldfish, but you need to sell them with the intention that they are going to be kept as aquarium pets, and you need to inform your customers about their size. Because as you know, common goldfish can get to be about a foot long, and they need a lot of room. They make actually pretty good pond fish, and if you have at least 40 gallons, you could have one. One for 40 gallons. However, bigger is better. So that's Petco. My Petco is pretty small. It doesn't have a huge selection of fish stuff, and it doesn't have a huge selection of tanks or decorations, but I do go there for quick things like food or water conditioner, and since it's the closest place to me that sells fish stuff, that's where I normally go just to get things that I regularly need to stock up on, which is basically just food and water conditioner. And that's really all I get there. I have gotten a couple plants there, but they all break, and I think they're kind of overpriced and not very well made. And it's kind of unfortunate because you spend so much on fake plants and then they break. It's really irritating. So I don't really buy decorations there anymore. I just get regular stuff. PetSmart has a much larger selection of fish supplies. I have gotten a couple decorations there. I got a nice rock cave that is in my other 10-gallon, and my fish love it, and that rock cave is going to be in this tank for the bristlenose when I get it, which won't be for a while because I have to get new filters and I want to let them cycle before I introduce a new fish. But yeah, I have a rock cave and my fish love it. I have a couple other decorations I got from there that are really nice, and they have a lot bigger selection. I like that they have a bigger selection of decorations and not just plants. Like things that I can get that my fish will like to hide in and give them a kind of a little haven in their aquarium. I like that they have they put their betta fish in bigger cups. Again, you should not be putting betta fish in cups. I don't like that betta fish are sold in cups at all. But this PetSmart, again, keeps them pretty clean, and the cups are bigger. But I still don't think it's okay. And unfortunately, their feeder fish situation is really bad. It's pretty deplorable. The tank is filthy and overcrowded. And I'm probably going to be writing them a letter about that because it's not right. That is not okay at all for fish. That is just, no. And I strongly advise anyone who's buying fish at Petco or PetSmart to check every aquarium on the wall before buying a fish. And this is because they all run their tanks off of one filter. So all that water is the same. Water from every tank is going into the other tanks. So if one tank is sick, they're all going to be sick because they're running off the same water. And this is really not good, particularly if you are mixing cold water and tropical fish, because cold water fish just don't do well in warm water, for one. And, different types of fish need different pH levels and temperatures and other just things that they need as an individual species. And if you're running all your tanks off the same water, that's going to be a problem because, again, like they all have different requirements. So that's why I've never bought anything other than betta fish at both Petco or PetSmart, because I'm just not sure of the integrity of the water quality. I had bought Plasma from Petco and Athena from PetSmart. And other than that, where I buy fish actually is Aquatics Unlimited, and it's on Highway 100. I highly recommend this place. They have the largest selection of aquariums, decorations, supplies, anything in fish. Anything you need, you name it, they have it. They even have saltwater fish if you are into that. Their fish are all really healthy. Their tanks are kept clean and in good condition. They all run off of individual filters, so all the fish have the water quality requirements they need. They do sell some fish as feeder fish. However, when they grow out, they put them in different tanks and they sell them for ponds or just aquarium hobby, so those fish have a chance to live. Again, they do put their betta fish in bowls and cups. However, the cups are always kept crystal clean every day. Some of them have a little air pump in them, or yeah, for like aeration. So they do keep them clean. All the bettas there I've seen are really in good health. It's a great place, and that's where I've gotten all my fish. I got Sapphire from there. I got Hydra from there. I've got D'Artagnan and all my other tetras that have since passed. I really like it. It's a great store. That's where I got the Java Moss from there. The driftwood you see in this tank is from there. All my heaters, all my air pumps, my sponge filters, my AquaClear filter. My first 10-gallon tank came from there. The 2.5-gallon tanks I got came from there. So I mean, they have a lot of stuff there that is available to the hobbyist, and a very excellent selection, healthy fish. So I highly recommend that place. It's very good. They have staff that are very knowledgeable of the different kinds of fish there. They're very helpful. They'll answer your questions. It's a great place. I would definitely recommend it. And when I go there, I like to visit fish that I can't keep, obviously. They have some piranhas there. They have some Oscars. So it's cool to get to see those fish. Obviously, I can't keep them because, for one, I'm not that skill level and I don't have a huge tank. But, yeah, I really like it. So those are the 3 places near around me, or at least that I've experienced, to get fish and other supplies. And if you don't live in Wisconsin or near Milwaukee, please feel free to comment and let me know places you go to buy your fish or your supplies. I would like to know. There's lots of cool aquarium stores out there, and especially local ones, and I feel they don't get a lot of recognition because you got these big box stores selling fish. But really, if you got a local aquarium place, that's the place to go, because usually that's where you're going to have healthier fish, better products, more knowledgeable people that aren't going to just sell you any fish. Not to mention, like that Aquatics Unlimited place I mentioned, they won't even sell you fish if you don't have the proper, tank size for it. They'll even ask you, like, what size tank do you have? And if you're going to go and think you're going to put a big goldfish in a bowl, it's not going to happen. So I think that's really great. So again, comment on places you like to get your fish. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.